Yeah, no, I never.
Right.
The only American Horror Story I ever saw was Coven, where they were like witches. Didn't really appeal to me. The other, I did see another one. I think what was it? There's the one where there were like a carnivore or something, and a guy with big teeth.
Yeah, okay. I think I know which one you're talking about. I remember that one being talked about.
Yeah, it was
the one I
watched.
The only one I really knew of was season 1, where it's a school shooting.
What?
Yeah, there's a school shooting.
We're gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, it's like Evan Peters shoots up a school.
Why is that season? Why do you open with that?
What? I mean, if you name a show American Horror Story, I mean, like, come on.
That's true. That's interesting. That starts with a shooting, though.
Well, like I think that's like it's season ender, like, but it definitely builds up to that. Like it definitely gets nitty gritty fast as fuck.
That is like, if you think about the timing behind that, that's like American Horror Story.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it was back around the time that it released. It was definitely still a hot topic.
The idea of it just being like, yeah, it's a school shooting is so different from what they do now, where it's like, yeah, there's a clown with giant teeth who's a fucking omnipotent murderer.
Yeah, no, it definitely got more supernatural-esque, like, as it progressed on. It started off real, which is like super odd to me. They start with like a realistic horror sort of thing, like a real dangerous actual thing, to just fictional.
Dude, did I ever tell you? So I've always been like, I don't want to say I'm super interested in Columbine, but I've always thought it was something to learn about.
Yeah.
Did you know that like Eric Harris approached like a kid that he had a math class with, and that kid was like, "Yeah, did you prepare for that test?" And he's like, "None of that matters. You should get out of here right now." And he fucking just kind of looked at Eric and was like, "Okay," and just walked off campus and left.
Really?
And didn't say anything to anybody about that. And it's
wow.
Like, that is so... Imagine being that kid. That's what's crazy to me, is imagine being that kid and then afterwards being like, oh yeah, I was the guy that Eric Harris talked to before he fucking left.
I think it's crazy. Like, that's a dangerous thing to tell people, because you could get criminal charges for that.
Well, he didn't know it was going to turn into that. He just says, get out of here. And he just kind of was like freaked out by the idea and decided to get the fuck out of there. What would you tell people? Eric Harris told me to get away from him. To leave school because something bad was going to happen.
I don't know. I guess back then, yeah, because school shootings weren't really a thing. Yeah, they weren't like a thing, like a problem.
It's so crazy.
But now, like, if that weird kid comes into school now and he says get out, you're like, all right, there's a problem.
The part where I'm like, okay, this is where criminal charges could happen, is that Eric Harris's dad had called the police station and said, I think my son might be involved in the Columbine shooting. And said, why would you think this? And he goes, well, for a long time they've been calling themselves something called the Trench Coat Mafia.
Oh.
And my son left home today with his trench coat. And no, like, if you want to get into like anything, the fucking parents behind Dylan Klebold and fucking Eric Harris like actually need to be put in fucking prison.
Well, you gotta think as a parent, you just couldn't bring yourself to imagine your child doing something like that.
No, but when you have Eric Harris's fucking father calling you on the police fucking department saying, I think my son's a fucking asshole, that's a totally different statement, am I right? No, I will die on this hill. Those fucking parents deserve to be in fucking prison. They fucking are terrible parents. They had fucking evidence from other parents that would be like, yeah, your son has a website about building pipe bombs. And they didn't pursue it at all. Like, it blows my mind how Columbine even happened with how much shit was happening behind the scenes. What are they doing? I don't know. Columbine's fucked.
Columbine is fucked.
I was curious to know, out of all the things, I was like, what's the worst? I learned about Virginia Tech. Oh, hey, Grandpa.
Yeah?
Virginia Tech is bad.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, like, a lot of people, like, died. Like, more than Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold killed together.
Oh, fuck. That's no bueno.
Yeah, and that happened to like...
I actually don't really know anything about it.
That's the thing, is that not a lot of people talk about Virginia Tech because it's like Columbine's the fucking poster child for shootings.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech, the guy just had a Glock and went in and fucking just started killing people. It was an Asian man whose last name was like Cho or something like that. I don't know. It was pretty crazy. Shootings
That is
bad.
fucking... Yeah. They definitely are. Did you hear about that one that happened in Maryland recently?
Maryland? What happened in Maryland?
I can't remember if it was Maine or Maryland, but it was a person had just gone to like 3 different locations and murdered 60 people.
This is bizarre.
Like,
I don't understand.
Like 60 dead, and they couldn't find the individual for a period of time. I still don't know if the person is found, but like 60 confirmed dead.
Wow.
That like just awful. Yeah, that is a big fucking number.
There was one that was going around recently. They found him, but he had killed himself, and it's like, all right, cool. A lot of people like to go to Columbine and say shit like, well, how do you know that, or why wouldn't you consider that, or they didn't get very far, or this or that. I'm like, their objective wasn't to get very far, it was to kill as many people as they possibly could and then kill themselves. Like, in their mind, they won.
Yeah.
Do you get to decide who wins? I think if one half considers they won, then they win. Like, you lose because they got what they wanted, you know?
I mean, yeah, and like...
The second somebody says, I win, in like a figmentive kind of sort of circumstance like that, it just kind of turns into the, oh, they kind of won. What happened to the rest of my team?
Yeah, it's in a sense.
What's your problem? I don't know, in that theoretical sense.
Yeah. Do you remember the shooting that happened in the Clackamas Town Center a long time ago?
Oh yeah, dude, no. Did I ever tell you about the, when I was there with a couple of Hee-Hoos, and somebody lit off a firework in the Barnes & Noble?
I was there with you.
Were you?
Yeah, I was there with you, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Someone lit off a firework in the Barnes & Noble, and
one of the Hee-Hoos.
And yeah, working, and we went to go see Trauma.
Oh my god, that is what happened.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We went to go see Trauma. We were with...
Oh, that was the Hee-Hoo that I was talking about. Absolutely, though. It was, that happened. Yeah, that was Colby and me.
Yeah. I remember that happening, too. It was
nuts.
We had heard it. I remember us being like, we heard that, and we went, that's kind of odd. And then I see people running, and I'm like, maybe we should. And then a dude picks up his kid and starts running, and we're like, we need to fucking leave!
Yeah, like, no, but do you remember fucking Hee-Hoo's opinion on it? Like, I'm not gonna fucking run, I'm not a sheep.
Yeah.
What the fuck? You're gonna die, you dumb asshole. Doesn't matter if you think. What is Flanders doing? Yeah, no.
Fucking fighting a cop.
No, fucking Hee-Hoo's opinion on that shit was insane to me. Just being like, my dad taught me not to run like a sheep. And I'm like, your dad's gonna get you fucking murdered when the fucking zombie apocalypse happens. You're dead.
It's the whole, that's definitely the sort of mindset of like, I must be different simply to be different. It's just so fucking stupid.
Dude, no, that was the one thing about fucking Hee-Hoo that drove me absolutely bonkers, was that it's like, can you just please act like a normal fucking person?
Like, it's okay to do the same thing as other people sometimes. Like
that's...
Promise?
Like, you can be different, that's fine, be different, but like, to be different and to put your life in jeopardy is an entirely different fucking circumstance.
You know what's funny? I totally forgot that was a thing that we did. Like, that was a thing that happened to us.
We visited... Yeah, no, I remember...
And the firework and everything.
I remember that happening, but I don't remember you being there.
I honestly forgot about the entire situation.
That explains that fourth person in that story. I remember that story very well.
Yeah, I do now that we're talking about it, but I totally forgot that was a thing.
I remember that. I remember being like, oh, there was definitely a fourth person there. Who the fuck was there? It was you. That makes more sense. In Oregon.
Do you remember what we did after that?
What?
We went to go get Slurpees. We went to 7-Eleven and got Slurpees.
We were so traumatized we needed Slurpees. Oh yeah, that was probably it.
So what had happened was that I had called him. We had left the mall and we were circling the mall to go back around to the car, and I called Troa in the meantime to make sure he wasn't, dead. and he had let us know that he was like locked down in his work, and he eventually told us what had happened, and we were like, oh, okay, you guys want to go get Slurpees? So we got into 7-Eleven and got Slurpees. Yeah, no, that was definitely fucking nuts.
Life I've lived.
Yeah, I forget that sometimes too. Because it doesn't really affect my day-to-day life.
Well, I mean, what am I doing right now? I'm like Simpsons the video game.
Yeah, we're sitting here fucking playing Simpsons, just doing what we do.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely weird. Like, there's so many memories that I forget about that we've had.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
No, definitely.
Here, I'm gonna censor a lot of this.
Yeah.
Remember when we stole that poster?
Yeah, that was. I remember.
Made you wear a balaclava.
Because I was the only. Yeah. I remember. I had the balaclava. We had gone over there and clipped it, and he whose dad had gave us the fucking thing.
We clipped it off the fucking sign.
We clipped it off, and you took it back, and you put it on your wall.
I didn't actually do anything with it. Yeah, that's where I ruined that story, is that I literally just went home and threw it in my closet and it sat there forever.
Fuck it, nice thing to own.
Hey dude, no, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That thing had the worst fucking fabric on it. When I rolled it up and, like, broke it up into 1,000 pieces, it fucking cracked and just made a huge mess of fucking plastic particles and shit.
Nice.
It was awful.
I definitely sometimes forget about some of the things I did when I was younger. I don't know why, like what causes me to forget them. They're nice, sometimes they're fun stories even. Like I remember at one point I had learned about this abandoned building that was used for like Boy Scouts or something like that in like a rich area in Oregon. And I had then gone there with a friend, and the place was it was abandoned, so it had been taken over by teenagers to graffiti. And after one of my friends had turned 18, so we could buy spray paint, we had gone and like graffitied it, and I had gone back multiple times. And at one point I had been there with somebody, and we thought the cops had showed up. And it was so bad. We just got outside and saw like somebody, and we just booked it faster than fuck. And the dope part about it was right next to the area, if you walk through like a little bit of woods, there was an abandoned train with multiple carts, and like inside the carts were like beds and stuff.
Great.
And so it was like a passenger train, and they weren't like nice beds, they were like bunks, like shitty bunks. And I had I had caked as much area as I could with what I wanted, and I had such a good time doing it. I had done like references to games and shit. I even at one point had put press control to crouch on the wall. And I even got some nice pictures of the graffiti that like some people had done, like taking their nice time to do and everything. It was like such a super cool thing.
It has to be what he means.
Lisa, burn that statue!
The bagman.
Congratulations,
You wear the bagman.
Grand
What do you mean? I was like, you'll know.
Tremendous success.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's
Why don't we celebrate with some interns?
Sexy interns?
Well,
he's got an EA
sexy.
execa thing on his sash. Yes.
Springfield sexy, of course.
They're kind of like hillbilly hot, you know?
We're going to have to use our secret weapon.
What?
No,
What the
Ned,
fuck?
not yet. I'm talking
Why
about
does Ned
Maggie.
have that?
Ned has a 40 mic.
Mike.
The fuck? It's a 40mm grenade launcher. That's the thing that goes thunk.
The new objective that we have is we need to stick Maggie in the vent.
Throw my child in the overheating vent, see what happens.
I know we're a bloodthirsty mob.
You say overheating?
Stick the child in the car.
So I'm ready to receive my bribe now. Oh, baby, the dollar sign doesn't lie.
The game just going. Huh?
What? Oh.
Look, I can like look at them.
The constant sucking is annoying.
Dear God,
but
we're
that bitch
not
getting a little
soaking,
hot.
we're cooking.
A mob of parents? A senator. Quimby, you specifically promised me no mobs. You said this town was full of slugs who would suck up our sexy sleaze with a smile. Consider yourself unbribed.
Huh.
Yes.
Unable to secure a decent bribe, I have decided to flip-flop and ban sales of Grand Theft Scratchy for minors, the only people who want to play it.
Fair.
Mom, isn't it a little bit hypocritical that you're opposed to the violence in the Itchy and Scratchy game, but then you use violence to get your way?
I'm sorry, Lisa, what? I just can't hear you over the roar of this appreciative crowd.
Bitch. She kissed the manual.
How did you keep that up there?
I believe what I did.
Oh, that was the
just
greatest day of my life. Oh man, all my life I wanted to be a human garbage disposal, and now I was.
Homie, don't you think you could put your new powers to better use?
Oh, like what? Eat terrorists and bar flowers? What did you do that was so great?
For your information, I rallied the town to ban a very violent video game.
Mom, if kids don't play Grand Theft Scratchy, they'll never learn real-world skills, like how to sell guns or hunt for hidden packages.
You should talk, Bart. I heard that you destroyed half the Natural History Museum, and that's my favorite place to find solace.
And while we're on the subject of yelling at each other, your little stud with the loggers has put an army of regular Joes out of work. Way to go! Way to ruin lives!
Of all the stupid fat idiots.
You wouldn't know what to do with the superpower if your name was
being
Charles
lame.
Manson.
Now, you're lame. Yeah, that's right, lame.
Well, we're here, and it only took 300 decasols.
You're the one who made us stop to visit your mother in space.
Why do we always argue on spacecations?
You're right. Let's kill and space up.
It wouldn't be a Simpsons game if there weren't aliens.
Of course.
So now we have a giant donut walking around. He's this fat boy. All the dolphins and whales are now assholes.
Oh, okay.
That's actually the lore. They're actually evil.
Oh.
I'm not
So long and thanks for all the fish, my ass.
They're evil dolphins.
Dolphins are evil in real life
These are all
anyways.
Treehouse of Horrors references.
Oh, I'm sure.
The dolphins is one, the fat boy one is one. There's another thing I
Alien?
can't remember.
But they're here to take our jobs.
Guys, listen, we've been given special powers.
Dude, that's what we should have done in October.
Taught me anything.
We should have watched
It's that
fucking
with
Treehouse of Horror.
superpowers comes
We can
super
still do all of those
responsibilities.
right now,
So,
I'm not
on
kidding.
behalf of
We
the
can
town,
we
let's
yeah,
go
we can
kick
still watch Treehouse of Horror.
All of them. They're
if
all
they
great.
have butts to kick.
I actually never watched many.
Our powers aren't
My favorite
strong
one is
enough.
the one that
We
happened in
can stop
2012 where they
these spaceships. And
reviewed
there's
the
only
Mayan
one
calendar.
person in Springfield who's smart enough to figure out how.
That actually sounds very interesting.
It's really not. It ends with
I
them
drank
ending up on a
blue
different
juice
planet.
from under the sink.
Oh.
They end up on Mars, I
Let's
think.
just find Professor Frink.
I gotta pee again.
God damn.
Episode whatever 3.
Yep. Episode 3.
All right, I'll be right back.
So long and thanks for all the fish.